actually. There's a video that's being produced right now to do an intro video for my shows. But until
nice.
we just hit the live button, and here you are, Shell.
Yay.
Hello to everyone who's out there. It's a great Friday night. We've had a historic day in America. I need to pin this. Everybody, please pin this to your profile. I'm hitting the retweet button. I hope everybody gets in and has a great conversation. Hey, before we get too deep into this, have you noticed a downtick in your algorithm and your numbers and your reach lately?
No.
Mine has gone down.
Mine's actually exploding. I posted some videos. I've got over 5,000 shares on one, over 3,000 on the other, almost 1,000 on the new one. Picking up lots of followers. For some reason, the algorithm is loving videos.
Hello, fake account of pro wrestler Sasha Banks. It's very nice. Well, I'm glad that yours is doing well. Mine has been it's been interesting. I don't know what's happening with it, and maybe it's just because I haven't posted as much or whatever, but who knows? Who knows? Before we get started, though, I always like to pay the bills a little bit. So here's our commercial from our friends at Kalshi.
If history has taught us anything, it's not to root against the underdog. Right, Peter?
No spoilers.
British are coming! It pays to know what's coming.
Check the group chat!
To chart your own course.
I'm sure that's nothing.
Because the 1 in a million long shot can work. When the whole world picks Goliath, you know it's going to be David. Every great leap began with a bold first step, and there's no shortage of second chances. Against impossible odds, you don't stand down. You swing first.
Thanks to our friends over at Kalshi, who, by the way, if you would have put in, I believe, if you would have put in at some point there was a time frame that they had on their website. One of the things you could bet on was when Trump would meet with Putin. I think he would have made some money over there on Kalshi.com. Do you ever play around on Kalshi? No.
Yeah, actually, I go to yours to see kind of what your activity is and see what Kalshi's working on. But I really didn't see this one coming, honestly, this soon. Glad it happened. And of course, the suggestion now is next meeting with those two are in Russia. So, what do you think they're going to arrange that one pretty soon?
I don't know. Do you think that's going to happen? I don't know. I mean,
I
I
do.
don't think I don't know. I don't know if Trump's going to go to Russia.
I think he will.
Well, that'd be
I
interesting.
think if Vladimir said, I'll come to Alaska, then Trump will return the favor and go to Russia.
Yeah. Tammy, hello. How are you doing? And thank you, Tammy, for quote posting on X. Thanks for being here.
Hi, Tammy.
And then the fake account wants to know where we're located. And that's
right in a studio somewhere on Mars.
In a studio on Mars. We're in a studio on Mars. By the way, great time tonight. I'm so glad that I could share this with you because I love you. You know this. I've really enjoyed doing lives with you over the years. I haven't called you drunk and pissed you off. And also, I am excited to have the governor of Alaska on tonight to talk about how significant this is for the state. Are you ready with do you have questions ready, Shell?
I have a few. Yes.
Good. I mean, this was, by the way, I thought it was very interesting, this press conference today that we're just kind of running it down below here. I thought it was interesting that Trump let Putin talk for a while. I think he just kind of let him, he kind of let him just do his own thing and he talked for a majority of it. I think that's Trump being very gracious and realizing, again, this is a guy who I trust with our decisions on national security and world security at this point. I think it was a very smart move. Just let him talk. Let him get it out. Let him get out whatever he wants to say, and then go from there. Hello, Tammy.
Hi, Tammy.
I think across the board, though, Shell, don't you think that this is the guy that we need? Obviously, one of the things they talked about at this press conference today, Putin, was that there was complete silence with Grandpa over the past 4 years. Nobody from that administration was reaching out. Nobody allowed this to go forward. And my takeaway was that he said that had Trump been in charge, and Trump said this, he confirmed that this war would have never happened.
Exactly. But there was an encounter with the Biden administration and Russia, or was it China in Alaska, where the infamous shut the hell up Biden team, we're in charge here meeting took place. So I'm kind of glad they didn't try it with Russia. To be honest with you, I don't think Putin really had any time for Biden. I think he knew he wasn't really there.
I think the world knew that, and there was no sense in talking to a a carcass when he wasn't the one in charge. And I think when we deal with these again, this is not a friendly. This is absolutely an enemy of America. He is a dictator, for lack of a better term, and they know going in what they can get away with. And if you put Putin on a stage with Joe Biden, he would have run laps around him and probably exposed just how weak Biden was.
Easily.
I mean, this is
He would have shown the world something that the Biden administration wouldn't have liked very much. We'd have lost all sense of standing in the world if he would have exposed that. I don't know. Putin could be savage at times. Then he could use some things to his advantage. I think he used kind of not pushing the envelope on any meetings with Biden, just to keep that from happening and keep the ball in his court. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I really do. I think he's a smart guy. He's not gonna, try to look like a muscle man in front of a weak, futile man. He's just weak.
Yeah. I mean, so weak, in fact, that our own DOJ said that he could not stand trial, which is
Exactly.
a tell. That he would have looked like a feeble old man, a very what did they say? What was the term? Like a confused grandfather, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. His decline happened so quickly too, like over the last 20 years, like nobody knew. But I think Vladimir Putin, if he would have, played hardball with such a feeble guy, it would have looked bad on him. And not only that, he kind of kept some things in his pocket. But isn't this a haiku with Trump, right? To get in there with a very strong leader, stand next to him, go toe to toe, have these meetings, have everybody in the world watching. Now that's the way you do the business right there. You don't do it with
Absolutely. The center of the universe was Anchorage, Alaska today, and I want to pull up Trump flyover, because this when Trump shook hands with Vladimir Putin today, such a cool moment. Here we go. Share this tab instead. This was such a cool moment today. I believe we can see that.
Oh yeah. Just just strength.
How
Look at
cool
that.
is that?
Talk about a flex, huh?
I mean,
It's
that's
fantastic.
America. That's America right now. I actually posted that on
That
my
is.
Instagram and put America F yeah over top of it. Um, but what a total flex there. What a cool flyover.
Absolutely.
Again, and also just a show of
I mean,
respect for our adversary here.
do you think it was respect, or do you think it was more of a, you know, um, don't mess with us during this meeting? Don't
It
we're
might be.
here.
It's a. I
Don't start nothing. You can't finish.
It could be a combo of both. Look at Putin looking. Yeah, you know what? Actually, thanks. The combo of the two comments was look at Putin looking. Yeah, I think Putin was a little taken aback by it too. Like, oh hey, by the way, I think you're onto something, Shell. Because as this comes over, Putin goes, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
flew
and Trump's looking at Putin's reaction. He's not looking at the planes quite yet, right? He's reading this guy.
yeah.
Then he
So
gives a little arm tap, like, you understand, buddy?
so hold on.
I
So hold
mean,
on. We can see this. So Trump is looking ahead. Putin's
uh-huh,
watching the planes fly over. And of course we lost the there, but like Trump's looking at him,
uh-huh.
taps him, goes, "Hey, did you like that? Got some planes." You're correct. Trump never once looked up.
No,
Peace through strength. Correct. B-52,
exactly.
peace through strength. No, I'm telling you, that is exactly what happened there.
Hmm.
What a cool day. I mean, Trump makes me proud to be an American. He really does.
Me too. And I saw a lot of posting about that, people being proud to be an American. again, getting to watch history like this, the man getting to work for the country, thinking about us, making sure that these wars are ending, and our tax dollars are not going to this stuff anymore. And what did Zelensky react to? I haven't seen it yet, but I'm kind of curious as to what he's thinking about this.
I think that he had a statement today. It was a long one though. I didn't really pay attention to it. Sorry.
Uh,
There was a whole video that he posted, and again, he posted it in Ukrainian, and so like when I was running around, I had a bunch of meetings this afternoon, and so I didn't have a chance to see his entire reaction to it. But I just think it's so cool, by the way, that we're going to have on in a couple of minutes here the governor of Alaska to talk about this because
yeah,
I mean, one
yeah,
of the things I want to talk to him about when he comes on is the infrastructure with this. Like what goes into this? I mean, this is you realize that you are literally the center of the universe, probably one of the most secure yet most threatened places in the world at that moment. Like what goes into this? Just like how long do you, because they didn't have I don't think they had a lot of time to prepare for this. I mean, this is all hands on deck, I'd imagine, in a way
mhm,
that a state with again, I think limited resources, Alaska, although a very expansive state, having all of their security all hands on deck, and then of course our federal government involved. This had to be a heck of an undertaking, and he's got daily things to deal with too, because again, on top of this, and this will come out when we finally sit down and talk with him here in a couple of minutes. This guy is in charge. The Governor Dunleavy is in charge of basically revitalizing American energy at the same time. So he's got so many massive tasks in front of him. And then also, hey, by the way, world peace is going to be happening in your capital. See you in a bit.
I mean, could you imagine being the governor, getting that call? Just the security that has to, take place, and then, the location being prepared, everything. I can't even imagine what goes into it, be honest with you. I'd kind of like to experience that one day, to be honest, but, I can't wrap my head around what had to go into that. I can't wait for him to kind of give us a little description. I also have one question, if you don't mind, Tim, that's going to be a little out of the box to the conversation, but I'd really like to do is ask him, what about ranked choice voting? Is he doing anything to
Oh,
abolish that in the state
that's a
of
that's a
Alaska?
that's a good one. That's a good
I'd
one.
like I'd like to know that, but
Let's go through the
I can't
days.
wait
Let's
to
go through the
hear it.
daily stuff first, and you can ask that at the end of that. I think that's a good way to do
That's
that.
fine.
Let's go through that.
Yeah.
Let's go through the fun stuff. But yeah, where's ranked choice voting going up there?
Oh yeah. I hope it's going away. It's terrible. It's just as bad as open primaries. It wrecks stuff. I don't like it. But hello, Buckster. I see ya. But it's going to be an interesting conversation, Tim. It really is to hear this. And how much time did he spend with the president? I didn't really see a lot of photos with him, so I'm curious about that too. And did he get to meet Vladimir Putin?
Yeah.
I'm
No,
so curious about the whole thing.
I also, by the way, I didn't know this.
What?
In 2022, Governor Dunleavy became the first Alaskan governor reelected since 1998. Very interesting.
Really?
Very interesting. Yeah. So this is a
Strong. It's what's unfortunate about that though is the entire middle of his state is blue.
well.
I mean, I'm sure it's hard to go door knocking in Alaska, but you know,
That is a very
they
good
need to
point.
get on it.
Very good point. I think it would be hard to go door knocking in in Alaska. I don't even know.
Just a little bit.
I mean, look, when in my little neighborhood that I'm looking for a new house in, it's very easy. It's a delightful time. In fact, you get a little sweaty up here, a little humid by the lake to go
Mm,
wander around and door knock. And I door knocked for a local candidate not too long ago, actually, about a month ago or so, 2 months ago. No. Oh boy, 4 months ago, because it was May when the local elections were here. We always forget about when the local
nice.
elections in Texas. But yeah, I mean, I think today was successful. I don't know that Trump is going to go to Moscow, but who knows if it means world peace? I think he will. I think we go back to remember the last time that Trump visited Moscow to meet with Putin. they had the ridiculously sized. I think didn't Putin have a ridiculously sized limo? It was like a bigger limo, and they
Yes,
made.
but today, didn't he get to ride in the Beast?
He did. He got to ride in the Beast, which again,
You know,
probably the most secure vehicle
in the
that you
world.
could be. Again, all of this today. You take a look. The technology involved, the infrastructure involved, everything that they had to do to make today successful. An incredible success by everyone involved,
Mhm.
including the president. But of course, the state teams, the national teams, the comms teams on everything. It was very interesting because you don't see him often in the front row. Um, you don't see him often in the front row. See, like Stephen Chung was up front.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew that or not. I mean, you could see him like literally sitting there. I mean, he's the comms guy, and he's sitting in the front row discussing with everyone and kind of observing the whole thing. I just thought it was very because usually he's behind the scenes, not in front of the scenes.
Right.
So
But then you had, so many that were invited there. Look at Rubio was with the team he took with him was incredible. Monica Crowley was there. Everybody, jumping in on this thing and working behind the scenes and, able to witness this historic event. I think there's going to be a lot of good things that are going to come out of this. And I think you and I need to go over there on Kalshi and bet on when he's going to go or if he's going to go.
so
I
here,
think he's doing it.
I think
He's doing it, Tim.
one of the coolest things here, by the way, while I itch my head because I'm an old man with an itchy head. One of the coolest things you have Dan Scavino with a lot of behind the scenes footage of things. This is
Yeah.
going to be I need to make this my background. I think you saw my cover photo. I changed it to that.
Oh, nice. No, I
But
didn't see it. Sorry.
I mean, again, Dan Scavino giving updates the entire time. The Trump Putin 3-on-3 meeting is now at the 2.5 hour mark. Again, fantastic. This is stuff that you wouldn't normally get. Happening now at
Right?
5:25. POTUS Trump, Secretary Rubio, and Steve Witkoff still in a meeting behind closed doors with President Putin and the Russian delegation. But here's, again,
That's a fantastic photo.
fantastic photo. Dan Scavino, I really love, again, the motorcade on the move at Joint Base, Elmendorf, Richardson, and Anchorage, Alaska. And
But the fact that Trump had Putin in that car rolling behind American might,
yeah,
right by it, just take a look. Vlad, look what we got here. We're going to work this out, right? Kind of intimidating, isn't it, for
yeah,
another world leader to come by, and witness that up close and personal that way? Like,
yeah,
it's incredible the moves they made on this, and that was planned.
yes.
That was set up.
Also,
That's
an incredible amount of trust between the leaders as well.
true.
I mean, for them to get in, and there's, I guess, the equivalent of Air Force One,
Maybe
pulling up
kind
there. But again, like just an incredible day, and I love this. Again, the behind the scenes that we get with Dan Scavino is so unique and so
of.
incredible. And I think again, you talk about Biden in the past said, and obviously we knew he was lying when he said it, that he was going to be the most transparent administration in history. We know very much so that they were not transparent at all, that they were hiding things. Here, you
Yeah.
literally have people behind the scenes videoing all day long, all day long. You
Yeah.
have Trump's team. This photo, by the way, got me. Here's
Oh, that's Rubio. Yeah.
yeah, and Steve Witkoff. I mean,
Yeah.
what a photo.
I mean, do we have any photos like this with the Biden men, or are they all just at parties?
I don't think that we've seen, because again the media was given such limited access behind the scenes with the Biden administration. We didn't see
That's
things like
true.
this, and like you would think that they would have actually um shown more photos just to be more propagandizing of things, that they would have put out more things to make it look like they were accomplishing things behind the scenes for their people,
Yeah.
but no.
No, because even Obama's team did that well for him. But Biden's team, they just kind of hit him.
Yep.
They didn't want, even when he walked to Air Force One, he looked like he was going to shit his pants, on live video. I mean, I guess they couldn't really get in there. The dogs were biting people, all kinds of stuff was happening. I think
That's
I'd
true.
hide him too.
That is very true. That the dogs were. But I mean, what was Biden's dog's name? Captain or something like that? Sergeant.
Something like sergeant, captain. I don't know.
His dog name.
I
Champ and Major. Champ and
Champ.
Major.
Yeah, he was a champ, all right. He got removed from the White House.
I mean, he was biting, and I would have loved to have known the race of the people that he was biting, because I have a sneaky suspicion.
Oh, that could
Again,
start
these are things that we would have known about if it was a Republican in office. Oh, is there a photo of Biden on Air Force One with Blinken? Tammy? Oh, well, let's Air Force One photo.
Isn't it wild? We will remember these iconic photos forever, marked in our brains and history, and we can't remember if Biden had a photo that was even slightly iconic.
Hold on. There he is, looking like
sleeping?
he's asleep. That's it really does. I mean, again, like there he is. It looked like he was asleep in Air Force One.
He does.
What's on the paper?
Why isn't he on his desk in Air Force One? If you're just going to be by yourself and read a book and look all important and shit, get at your desk.
I don't. Maybe that's. I don't know how Air Force One is laid out. Maybe that's in the. Maybe that's in the private area. Hold on, there's more photos.
It's probably next to the
one he met with
closest
Zelensky. There he is. Rolling out. I mean, it's just such a different vibe. Such a totally different vibe. Let's just go with that photo compared to this photo. Just a totally
no contest.
Yeah, Buckster said nap time on the.
Yeah, there you go. It is.
If you guys are enjoying this, hit the retweet button. We want to get a couple of extra viewers in here as we're going on. I'm going to go hit the retweet button myself here, and we'll hit 5,000 here. It's again unannounced barely announced on this Friday night, the historic day in the great state of Alaska, and we'll be joined by the governor in a couple of minutes here. So.
Oh, Tammy's saying Biden wandered into the press part and Blinken was peeping out of a bathroom.
Oh, I remember that. I do remember that. That was there were a few times when that happened.
Yeah.
Actually. But near the end, yeah, absolutely. Remember when Biden was in the Amazon, I
was live with you that night. And I had to tell you that he wandered off and there was a video. You're like, what? And then you looked it up and he was just like going to get lost in the jungle somewhere. I have no idea where he was going. He looked just absolutely, and no one was giving him direction.
I think that I believe, here we go. Yeah. This is,
we get to watch it.
do I have the video of him? I have a still of him. I took a photo of, let me see, the latest. So this was my photo of Biden.
Yeah. Yeah, there goes.
May 7 Margarita's in looking for the bathroom at the Rainforest Cafe. That's, by the way, that went ultra viral. I think that was shared by Drinking Problems or something like that on Instagram and had about 30 million views on it when I.
Nice.
So, but who can forget where he just literally wandered into the jungle.
So lost.
I have to have it somewhere. Hold on, I have to have this on and I'll leave that up while we're talking about this, and then I'll dig. Hold on.
Who could forget those big shoes so Biden wouldn't fall over?
Here we go.
Oh, he had big shoes.
Here we go. I don't want to do that. And there he is, wandering off. It's such a difference. Can I just say what a difference and so significantly different.
I can't.
That
Can't.
I mean, so significantly different that we have a president with peace through strength. Here he is. He walks up. We have a president of the United States who has a flyover, isn't thrown by it at all. Literally. Do you know how hard that is? Again, watching this, and you pointed that out, I didn't notice that.
Yeah. How
hard that is to have because that's no quiet flyover there. That's a mighty flyover. And he looked at Putin instead of the flyover when he was walking up to the podium. That is holy moly.
He wanted that reaction. He wanted to gauge. where Putin was with that, because that was a massive flex.
It was an incredible flex. And again, proud that man's my president. That is the guy that I voted for 6 times because I did the primaries too. I was an early adopter of the MAGA doctrine because I actually wanted to make sure that we had made America great again.
Yeah.
But,
So what do you think they worked out? They really didn't, announce exactly what was worked out. They said a few things weren't, the big one, they're still working on it, but Trump seemed positive, and he said that Putin was positive. So I kind of wonder, if we're going to get a little more detail about what actually deals were made today and which weren't,
so
that will be continued.
so this is interesting. Here's a clip that I wanted to share, and we'll apparently there was one big thing that was a disagreement today, and here is Trump telling this to Sean Hannity.
Meeting took place in this room.
Yeah,
this is where you met, right in this room.
Well, let me examine it. Oh, there it is.
That's where you were sitting.
That's it. I would say that's it. Yep.
So, did you have alone time with him?
Yeah, I did. I did actually after our speeches. He made a very good speech, and I also finished it up. And afterwards, we spoke. Right after that, we spoke very sincerely. I think he wants to see it done.
Yeah. In your press conference, you talked about a lot of things that you agreed on, and maybe one big issue you don't agree on. Are you prepared to go public with that?
No, I'd rather not. I guess somebody's going to go public with it. They'll figure it out. But no, I don't want to do that. I want to see if we can get it done. It's not a done deal at all. Mm-hmm. And Ukraine has to agree. I mean, President Zelensky has to agree. But it's a terrible war where he's losing a lot, and both of them are. And hopefully it can get completed. That'll be a great achievement for them. Forget about me, for them. And you'll save 7,000 lives a week. That's a lot.
I spoke very briefly to Secretary of State Rubio, and he did say to me, he goes, there's a difference when you...
Well, there you go. So what do you think it is?
The one big thing, the war's not ending yet. He wants the Donbass. I hate to say it to the little midget guy running Ukraine over there, but he's going to lose the land.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to negotiate that out of there. He's not going to like any of this. But he doesn't also live well without war.
Yeah.
He's going to pull some stunts. I don't think that they should even give him an option to agree with it or not, but that's just me.
I agree. Here's Lucky Dog 66. I heard the war is ruining the Russian economy. I bet Trump will have a business incentive to benefit us and them. I agree. Oh, apparently we are about to have the governor join us. I'm waiting for the camera to turn on over there. And
okay,
Governor Dunleavy of Alaska we got him right there. Or maybe not. We're going to wait. I'm waiting to see the camera turn on. And once that camera turns on, I will put him in live.
Get him in here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
so exciting.
We got him. We got him right now. Hold on. Let's not, because I know he's a very busy man. Governor Dunleavy of Alaska. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Oh, it's great to be on. Thanks, Tim.
No problem. What is it like undertaking something like this? Because I know you're busy right now with American Energy, really helping fix our economy. Everything that you're doing up there in the state, all of a sudden this pops up just recently. What does that do for your infrastructure? That's like an all hands on deck meeting, right?
It is. It was put together fairly quickly. We've been working with the advance team from the White House since probably last Friday. But it came together. We have great infrastructure on our base. I mean, we have a very robust military here in Alaska, very robust. We're the real fort for North America, to be honest with you. So you should have been there today. We were proud to be Americans. I never saw so many F-35s, F-22s, B-2 bombers. And the timing was perfect as President Putin was walking down the carpet there. That flyby was incredible. And he actually looked up, kept watching it go over, because I don't think the Russians have anything like that.
What is it? I know I'm a fan of yours, right? I obviously love everything you've done up there. You've done a great job with Alaska. You're the
Thank
first
you.
re-elected governor since 1998. That
Yes.
speaks to your great work. How much pressure is that on you? What's it feel like to be the center of the universe with these peace talks?
It's kind of cool, actually. I mean, I don't use that word very much, but uh, geographically, we are the center of the world. We're 9 hours to every industrialized place in the northern hemisphere. We're very close to Russia, 2.5 miles. We're the Chinese. We're very close to the Chinese. We see their warships going up the Bering Strait. We're very close to Japan and Korea. We're the westernmost state. We're the northernmost state, and we're the easternmost state. Figure that one out, because part of the Aleutians extend over the international date line. And so we're so far west, we're 1,000 miles closer to Australia than California is. We're an Arctic state. And so we're placed geographically well situated, really in the middle of the world for this stuff to happen. 6 hours from Washington, about 7, 8 hours from Moscow to get here to have this conference. And so it was exciting for Alaska. We hope to host conferences again in the future, but no, we're part of the game, and we're part of the action here in the Arctic and in the Pacific.
And you're so critical to America again with our energy independence. Before we go back, I kind of want to be non sequitur here with you. What's it like to have Donald Trump as president now instead of Joe Biden when it comes to unleashing the energy that we have and the potential we have from Alaska?
Best president in Alaska's history by far. You got to remember, Alaska became a state because of its resources and its geographic location on the globe, but mainly its resources, our oil, our gold, our gas, our timber, our fish. I mean, we're the leading fishing state, commercial fishing state in the country, largest national forest in the country. Lead, zinc, nickel, largest graphite find in the world, the supergiant, the North Slope, Prudhoe Bay, pumping 18 billion barrels of oil so far and still pumping oil. And now with our enormous gas reserves, this gas project that we're working on, this pipeline project, would be the largest ever in the Arctic and the largest in the Pacific, and would supply gas to our Pacific allies for 50, 60, maybe even 70 years. So everything's big in Alaska. Mountains are big, bears are big, gas lines are big, oil lines are big, and yeah, we just have some big ideas. We were the first, by the way, to pioneer LNG export in the entire world in 1968 to Japan for 50 years. Second busiest cargo airport in the United States, third busiest cargo airport in the entire world is in Alaska.
Also, I heard you're 6'7", so everything is
tallest governor in the world too, or excuse me, in America too. So it's all big.
Wow.
Sometimes big stories, but mainly all facts.
Shel, do you have a question for the governor?
Yeah, Governor, what was it like? Did you get to meet the president and spend any time
Yes.
with President Putin?
Yeah, that's another unique characteristic about Alaska. When the presidents fly to Asia, they generally stop in Anchorage and refuel, and we get an opportunity to go on board and have one-on-one meetings. And so I've been on Air Force One. I think this is fourth time, and all with President Trump, his first term, and now this particular trip. So we went on board, saw a number of secretaries there that accompanied him. Steve Witkoff accompanied him. Susie Wilds, of course, is chief of staff. And we had a few minutes to talk to the president, and there was a couple things we as Alaskans wanted to understand. One was there was two rumors that one was there may have been a deal in the making as part of this Ukraine deal to end the war, that Russia would somehow be able to partake in Alaska's minerals, and we were concerned about that. And the other was that there was a rumor that Russia would transport our natural gas, which we were concerned about. And once we got on Air Force One, that was dispelled. That was fake news, as they say, or just a rumor by the press. But all in all, we're very excited to have the president here. Always are. He's just been tremendous for the state of Alaska across the board. We're the only state that got an executive order under President Trump. That happened this January. I mentioned us in the state of the state, mentioned the gas line project in the state of the state. He has an affinity that's difficult to describe for Alaska, but trust me, we're grateful, very grateful.
Where does this rank for you? I mean, this peace talk, the peace talks for me, when I take a look at American history, this could be one of the greatest accomplishments in the Trump administration. But for you personally in politics in your career, where does today rank for you?
I think it's up there. It's certainly way up there. I mean, how many times has this happened, in any state in the country? Iceland was, beneficiary. Helsinki was of some of the, Soviet discussions with our presidents over the decades. But This is a big deal to have two world leaders of two of the most important countries, most powerful countries on the planet, especially nuclear powers. And so it was great to host them. Went off without a hitch. Was put together very quickly. We take great pride in making sure we got a safe environment for dignitaries when they come up here. And no, it went well. We hope that this is the beginning of something good. We hope there's a just peace for the Ukraine in this whole deal, but we'll see how it unfolds. But we've got so much going on up here right now because of President Trump, and this was just one part of it. So no, we hope to host them again. We'll see what happens.
Hey, by the way, this is what happens when you do a late night show on a Friday. I just got a note passed to me. You shot some massive bear that is at your airport?
I do hunt. I like to hunt, and we do have a bear. So if you come to Alaska, you will see a large bear in a case. But we have big bears in Alaska, big everything in Alaska. So if you like to hunt and see animals, this is the place to be as well. Yeah.
One of my good friends, Steve Gruber, actually went 100 miles, he said, from the nearest road on his, and he's a radio host, went 100 miles from the nearest road on his honeymoon with his wife and shot a moose as part of their honeymoon. They said, I have to go up there. You are one of the 2 states I have not visited in the 50 states, and I am ashamed that I have not been there yet.
Why does everyone save the best for last? I mean, we have about 1.4 million tourists a year that come up here, and everyone goes away saying that was the best trip they ever have. So I'm going to make an offer. Let me know when you're coming up sooner than later, and we'll help put your itinerary together so you can see the best of Alaska.
Well, I tell you what, I do a segment with the Daily Signal called "What's in Your Office," and I'd like to come up there and see what's in your office.
Yes.
You're gonna be surprised, amazed, and you'll have a lot of stories to take back with you.
That's awesome. Shell, got another question?
Yeah, that's the only state I've not visited. I drove a truck
What
for
is going
9
on with you
years.
guys?
I don't know. I drove a truck for 9 years. I wasn't quite into that ice road truck, and so I didn't make it up to Alaska. But I'll tell you what, I was born in Hawaii, and then I got to do all of the lower 48. So Alaska's the last frontier for me, but I'd love to see it.
Shame
I
on
hear
her.
Juneau's beautiful. Would love to see the Coast Guard base there. Just everything about it just intrigues me so much. I can't wait to see it, Governor. And I think that you're doing a fantastic job. I really do.
Well, thank you, thank you. And Hawaii is our sister state. It's only 5 hours away.
Yeah.
And don't listen to all that it gets cold in Alaska stuff. Okay, we do have some warm periods of time, and the high in Hawaii, recorded high in Hawaii is 100 degrees. That's the same recorded high in Alaska, 100 degrees. So we
No
have gotten as
kidding.
hot as Hawaii. No, it gets hot up here.
Listen, I'm not going to take up much more of your time because I know you're slammed tonight and some other people have kept you over and you need to breathe for a couple of seconds in between everything else that you're doing here. And it's been a very, very busy day. I'm sure you've been up since very, very early at your time in the morning. But before we get out of here, what do you see as the future with the Trump administration and Alaska? Where is this going between just peace talks, between energy, everything else that's going on? Where do you see this going?
Boy, they're all interconnected because I think you're going to see security discussions take on a greater urgency with the Arctic and the Pacific. I think you're going to see discussions. I'm not going to be surprised if there's going to be enhanced discussions with our Canadian neighbors. We have a joint Canadian command here in Alaska. That's a legacy from World War II when the Canadians helped us eject the Japanese from Alaska. We were the only part of North America that was invaded by the Japanese. And so I think you're going to see a ramped up discussion on security, Arctic security, Northern Pacific security, Western security. And I think you'll probably see more military assets come to Alaska because of our position. Energy is a huge part of it. We can't wield in energy, so we have to have that pipeline. But critical minerals, rare earths, raw materials, Alaska, as the president says, is a solution to a lot of Americans' problems across the board. So I think you're going to hear more about Alaska.
Governor, I promise to visit within the next year. And when's a good time? When should I come and see Alaska?
June 15th. I'm going to give you the date. Come up June 15th, and then the longest day of the year is June 21st, and you will not want to go home. So pack a lot of bags.
I will. I'm happy to come up there. Shelley, you got anything else before we get out of here?
May I ask? Yeah, I'd love to. May I ask you just one more question? I'm very curious
Yes.
about. Ranked choice voting is a problem in your state. What are you doing to change that, to get that, abolished? It's damaging. It really is.
No, it is.
And I really thought that you should have had that taken care of by now. I'm just going to be blunt, sir. I really
No,
thought.
we're it has to be repealed by an initiative because our legislature won't do it. I was elected under my first term under the system that we had for years, and then I was also elected under ranked choice voting. So I can speak with some authority on it.
Oh,
It's very confusing for a lot of Alaskans. It's really not. I don't believe it's what the framers intended, the founding fathers intended. I'm an advocate to get rid of it. So we've got people that are working on getting that on the next ballot so that people can repeal it.
I'm glad to hear that, sir.
Excellent. Governor Dunleavy of the great state of Alaska, thank you for all that you've done, and I'm sure you're going to get a good night's sleep at some point here.
It's great to be on your show. Let's do it again.
Absolutely. When we have more time and when you're not busy answering all of the world's questions today, sir. Thank you for being here.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
Excellent, right? Love that guy.
And he's great. 6'7"?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
And also, hold on, let me see if I can get this. You have to see this. If I can pull this up. He has a record. I don't know if I can. I don't know how to share this without sharing. Well, I have on my screen right now that I don't know how to share because why would I know?
Now, I got a question for you. Is he eligible for another term?
No, I think they can only do 2 terms in Alaska.
It, huh? Dang.
Perhaps Senate.
Ooh, yeah. I could see that.
I really like
We
him.
need good ones in the Senate. Everybody keeps talking about Congress, the House. No, we need the Senate fixed in a hurry,
We need the
man.
Senate fixed in a hurry.
Yeah.
And the replacement of Ken Paxton for John Cornyn, I think that's going to happen. That's a win.
Yeah. I think so too. What is he? 18 points ahead right now? I mean, he's up there.
He's a winning amount of points ahead. Let me send a little thank you note. Thank you.
Aw, that's
a very nice person. My friend set that up, and I want to thank. Yeah, and again, there you go. Yep, and a lot of people saying thank you, Governor Dunleavy.
Yeah. Isn't that lovely? I mean, what a nice surprise for him to just say, "Yeah, let's do it."
Oh, look,
and come on with you after the day he's had, right? I mean, how many other people get this, Tim, but you? I mean, look at you. The biggest day in history so far. Trump is in the middle of it with Putin. We got these flexes with the stealth bomber and everything flying by, making him drive by, American might and power and lethal, it's just amazing. And then, oh yeah, he's going to be on Tim Young tonight. Huh? No biggie. Yeah. Took time out of this busy schedule for Tim Young. It's fantastic, dude. Congratulations. I love it.
I love to.
Thank you for including me.
No problem. Thank you for being here, and thank you for asking a real question. By the way, I just got a message that we should be setting up something in Alaska soon.
Nice.
I've always wanted to go to Alaska. I think that could be a very fun vacation.
I want to do it on a cruise.
I don't want to go on a cruise. I want to take the little planes over. I want to go to the middle of nowhere. I want to just see the whole state of Alaska and have a good time doing it. So,
I could see that. Yeah, that's true.
It's really a shame that I don't have anybody to travel with, but we can figure it out. I just need a girlfriend that also doubles as like a staffer. Nope. Set that one up, and I did not intend to set that one up. Nope.
We're not gonna go there tonight, are we? Yeah.
But listen, I love that. I think it was great, and thank you, Buster. Tim and Shell, power team. Listen, Shell, there's no reason to keep going. We did 45 minutes. This is a great time. We had 10,000 views. We'll do some better. I'll let you go tonight if you want to go tonight. I want to thank you, by the way, number one, for doing this on the fly with me. I think you're incredible. I'm so glad we're friends. Also, great fucking question. Great question about the ranked choice voting. Because as soon as you said it, he goes, "Yeah, we're trying to get rid of it." Like, dude, he was on board. Did you expect that?
Yeah. No. I mean, but he was honest and he said, I was elected by ranked choice voting, so and he does see the issues with it. Even though he was elected, he's not gonna, let off the hammer. So I hope to see him get that taken care of before his tenure is over. I really, I think it's disgusting.
Yeah.
It is. It's just ranked choice voting just steals from the people. I don't like it too.
It ain't good. It's usually in places where people are trying to manipulate voting because they know they can't win.
Right? Right.
So that's a thing. Please follow Tim and
I'm
definitely follow
surprised
Tom.
Gruber didn't want to get in here with you.
Well, I didn't offer it. You can't have look, I love him, but you can't have too many cooks in the kitchen. I mean, honestly, that's the only thing.
Right?
I love Gruber a lot, but if it's three of us asking questions, we're going to be all over each other. And I had a plan of what I wanted to ask, and I knew that you had some questions you wanted to ask, and so that's how this works.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I really
Thank you
do.
for playing off of me too, by the way, and that's a very big deal. And I will say this on air instead of off air. We have not done a big interview together like this before. Thank you for your playing off of me and being just a good co-host on this tonight.
Well, I was taught by the best. And you're
Oh,
welcome. Thank you.
all right, I'm gonna go booze it up out back. I'm gonna.
You're so silly.
CP, thank you guys for watching. Make
Thank
sure
you,
you go hit the
CP.
retweet button one more time. Buckster, thank you for your constant support. Thank you, sir, for being a great person and a great
He
patriot.
might be kind of close with me.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that on another one. Listen,
Yeah.
it is just not a good idea. Listen, just follow my track record here, okay? We
Oh,
on my
Lord.
show, let's not talk about partners because I've lost more of them
Talking about it on your
than
show.
most people have.
Yep. Kiss of death. Kiss of
The
death.
show is the kiss of death for partners. And let's just not, so if you,
we
and
cannot go there. I'm with you.
I'm very happy for everything in your life, but I'm bad luck.
Oh, whatever.
And also, I'm going to
Whatever.
teach you something. I want you to stay here because I'm going to teach you something neat about your
Okay.
internet.
Oh,
And we're going to
okay.
improve your connection. We're going to learn you a little bit about the internet and why I
You'll
hardwire.
learn me?
Because it
Okay.
only takes about $20 to get the equipment to hardwire your computer into the internet. Just FYI.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. You
okay.
didn't know that, did you?
No.
I have like 400 feet of cable in my house right now, and it's and an adapter that I plug my computer in with, and it cost me like $30. So
No shit. Okay, let's
stay
talk.
right here, and you and I are going to take a tour of Amazon.com. Not a sponsor of the show. I want to thank our friends at Kalshi, though. By the way, fantastic. Kalshi.com/Tim Young. Great group of people over there. Love what they do. And you should go partake at Kalshi.com. Another great day today for America under Donald J. Trump and Governor Dunleavy of Alaska, and a great day to hang out with Shell, of course, Hot Tamaleo too. You guys all know that by now, and we will. There we go. Look at that. We will never lose Shell or your followers, Tim.
Aw.
My followers. Hit or miss. All right. Hang out here, Shell, for a second, and we'll talk. And I want to thank you guys all for being here again. What a great show tonight with the governor of Alaska. A great day for peace, a great day for America, and a great day for the world.